There's manager on your plant floor right now who never says no. Can you join a meeting? Yes. Can you review this? Yes. Can you take up urgently? Yes. He is in every meeting. He answers every call. He solves every problem that lands on his desk. The operator with a question, the customer with a complaint, the director who just needs 5 minutes. Yes, for everything. Everyone loves working with him. He is reliable, he is helpful, he is always available. But by Friday, something doesn't add up. The one project that actually mattered is still unfinished. And we usually blame this on time management. Wake up earlier, block your calendar, get organized. But what if that's not the real problem? This isn't the time problem, it's the leadership problem. And today we are going to solve this problem. Hi, welcome to Lead with Syed Irfan, a channel helping you to grow in your both professional and personal lives. Today, by the end of this video, I'll be giving you one effective tool to solve this problem. Do you know what's the hidden cost of saying yes? Here's the uncomfortable truth. The every yes you say is also a no, a silent one. When you say yes to sit in someone else's meeting, you are saying no to the strategic work only you can do. When you say yes to fixing a problem your team should own, you are saying no to giving them a chance to learn. And this isn't just a feeling. Here are some survey facts. Let's look into. Microsoft's Work Trend Index found that 68% of people surveyed said they didn't have enough uninterrupted focus time during the workday. And within Microsoft 365, the average employee spent about 57% of the time communicating in meetings, emails, and chats, and only 43% creating. Think about that. More than half of a digital workday is being consumed in communications. So the problem isn't necessarily that people are not working hard. They are working hard, but on many things. And that's where the hidden cost begins. You notice only the yes. You see the meetings you attended, the problem you solved, the request you completed, but you don't see the no, the project that didn't move, the decision you didn't think through, the time your team spent waiting for you. That opportunity cost is invisible. So, why do capable, experienced people keep saying yes? It has become identity. Saying yes feels like being useful. It makes you feel reliable. It makes you feel like a team player. Whereas saying no, that can feel uncomfortable. You might disappoint someone. You might look unhelpful. You might also worry they will think he is not a team player. So the safest feeling choice becomes agreement, even when agreement is quietly the wrong call. And this is where leadership becomes interesting because your ability to keep saying yes isn't unlimited. Think of it like a backpack. One meeting doesn't feel heavy, one phone call doesn't feel heavy, one request doesn't feel heavy, but keep adding them. Eventually, you are carrying a bag full of commitments while the important work is still sitting at the bottom. That weight shows up as fragmented attention and weaker judgment. The more commitments you carry, the harder it becomes to protect the decisions that actually matters. At this stage, it doesn't stay as a personal problem. It has become an organizational problem. When a manager keeps solving every problem, something predictable happens. The team stops solving problems by themselves. Why should they? If they escalate everything, the manager will handle it. Soon, decisions start queuing up behind one overloaded person, and the manager becomes the exact bottleneck he was hired to remove. This is why disciplined organizations build system that makes it acceptable and even necessary to say no. Look at Toyota. On a Toyota production line, a worker can pull the hand down cord when something isn't right. The line can stop. Think about what that means. The system is effectively saying, no, it will not run like this. Because stopping a problem now can cost far less than allowing a defect move downstream. Lean thinking applies the same principle through work in progress limits. Don't start everything, finish fewer things properly. These systems don't reward busyness, they reward protected focus. Peter Drucker has put this idea very bluntly. There is nothing so useless as doing efficiently that which should not be done at all. Think about that. You can be extremely efficient, but you might be working on a wrong activities. That's the difference between managing tasks and leading. Michael Porter took the same idea one level higher. His strategy framework is built on a single principle. Strategy requires trade offs. That means choosing what not to do. So, whether you're managing a day, your team, or an entire organization, this principle holds good. You cannot protect everything, you have to choose. Steve Jobs described that principle in one line back in 1997. Focusing is about saying no. So, how would you actually do? Not with willpower, but with a framework which I have devised, and I call it as choice framework. So from now on, before you automatically say yes for any task that lands on your desk, run through this 6 step choice filter. C stands for clarify. What actually is being asked? Don't respond to any vague request with an automatic commitment. Understand it first. H stands for higher priority. Please check, does this serve something more important? Urgent doesn't automatically means important. Compare the request against your real priorities and then take a call. WO stands for opportunity cost. What gets pushed aside if I say yes? Every commitment you do displaces something else. You should clearly know what it is getting displaced. I stands for impact. Do check, will this create a meaningful value or it is just a more activity? Not everything that keeps you busy moves the business forward. C stands for capacity. Also check, do I actually have time, energy and attention for this? If the answer is no, pretending otherwise doesn't create capacity, it creates future problems. And finally, E stands for execute or exit. So you should be sure enough to say, can I execute this properly? If yes, then only commit fully. If no, then exit respectfully. No half commitments, no vague promises. No, I will try when you already know you can't deliver. That's the choice filter. Now let's go back to our manager from the beginning. Same plant, same workload, same request, but one thing has changed. He doesn't answer every request immediately. As the request lands, he runs through the choice filter. He asks what actually is being asked. Does it serve higher priority? What will it displace? What's the impact? Do I have the capacity? Can I execute it properly? And suddenly the answers becomes much clearer. Some requests get a yes, some gets delayed, some gets delegated, and some get a clear respectful no. Nothing magical happened. He didn't create more hours in a day. He simply made better decisions about where those hours go. Leadership was never about how much you are willing to carry. It is about what you choose to protect. Leaders who move things forward aren't necessarily the busiest people in the building. They are the ones who know exactly what deserves their yes and have the discipline to give everything else a clear, respectful no. So here's the question I want you to answer in comments. What is that one recurring yes in your week that is quietly costing you your best work? So after this, don't change everything. Starts with a new request that lands on your desk. Just run it through choice filter and then commit accordingly. Do remember, don't think as a task taker. Think as a leader who leads. So until we meet in next video, this is Syed Irfan. Grow with purpose and lead with responsibility.